NASA received an innovative image from Blue Ghost lander, and we challenge everything we thought. We know about the Moon. The robotic lander, which began in January, was surprised by the amazingly clear and detailed view of the lunar surface, which challenges all logic. But the real bomb is scary, and we haven't seen the image showing that we should never witness. Did Blue Ghost know exactly that NASA has modified his entire lunar mission? This revelation is so shocking that NASA has blocked all the future of the future, so be with us. It is not just a picture. In mid-February, the shot material reached about 75 meters on the surface, which often provides an unfounded perspective. Blue Ghost is now surrounded by the Moon 3 times, and each is closer to the final destination. Standing behind the render, Firefly Aerospace says that everything is on the way to a big moment landing on the surface of the Moon. If everything proceeds according to the plan, this historical event is scheduled in early March. But before we jumped into this, it was much more confusing than what Blue Ghost had captured. And this is just the beginning of something without words. Thirdly, it is not about form. The Blue Ghost is equipped with the most modern technology, including NASA support tools designed for a way to study unprecedented moons. This includes sensors and experimental navigation systems that control the lunar environment. Lander dealt with almost 239,000 miles of huge journey before entering the lunar calendar. Now he prepares for the final descent and carefully modifies his trajectory. The main milestone was achieved when Blue Ghost reduced the track by performing the crucial combustion of the engine. This maneuver is fascinated by the exceptionally, including the area that does not reach many of the past missions. A certain moment performed at the distant part of the Moon is a part that does not meet the land. This is the same area that has caused a lot of theories over the years, and now Blue Ghost has given a new look to the world. For decades, people have actually reflected in what is actually on the hidden side of the Moon, and this last shot supplied these discussions. This video shows the complex scenery of deep craters and rough terrain. But these are not the crater attention. The clarity of this image asks NASA and Firefly Aerospace to say, are these just eruptions, or do you maintain more? Many lovers on the spaceship are excited, but not everyone is convinced. As soon as the launch appeared on the internet, the skeptics did not lose time to answer. Some suspected his sincerity and suggested that CGI or difficult deception. Others seemed to be strangely artificial. NASA firmly confirmed the authenticity of the shot, but skepticism remains in the era of surreal fake and digital effects. Then there is a landing site. Blue Ghost will contact you next to the volcanic feature called Mons La Hire, located in the pool. The name Sea of Crisis makes people think that people can wait in this strange area. The Moon has been studied for decades but is still unknown. Some scientists suspect that moon dust has an unusual characteristic, including the ability to rise in certain conditions. To explore this, Blue Ghost is equipped with special tools. But can this reveal what's completely unexpected? The last task of NASA's Moon was raised 50 years ago, and since then, many theories have arisen about what astronauts have actually seen. Some people think they are faced with a natural structure or mysterious form. Emergency questions arise because Blue Ghost has been sent to an area that has not yet been explored. What changes when he finds something? What changes? Can this mission reveal the secrets stored from the public for decades? Nevertheless, the time for render is time comes. When he touches, he will only take 2 weeks to perform his duties before the inevitable lunar dinner comes. If the temperature is extremely minimized, the cold does not work. If Blue Ghost can't finish over time, data and images can be lost forever. But do you capture something unusual just before turning off the system? Can the final program suggest revelation that no one is ready? This time of this mission is interesting. Some countries and private companies are rushing to the Moon, so I wonder if Blue Ghost is understood not only in science but also. The Moon is a place of strategic interest. The state monitors it with resources and potential future bases. If something is rare, will NASA share with the public or bury according to a secret report? The discovery of Blue Ghost caused people to be more curious about the Moon, but they did not try to unlock the most unknown people for the first time. The Moon was always a huge interrogation nursing in the sky, and I attracted people to her with a dream. But what started when curiosity quickly turned into a full space race. Two superpowers tried to bend muscles and desperately plant the flag. In the late 1950s, they prepared the soil and the situation quickly gained impulse. The tip moved quickly. In 1959, they spent the month one and pointed out the first flight ship in history. Soon after, the Moon 2 crashed to the surface, proving that the Moon was a distant light in the night sky. Then Luna 3 appeared to surprise the scientists by capturing the stormy scenery without showing the first image of the Moon's distant side, but not slowing down. In the early 1960s, the United States entered the race. The Ranger mission functioned as a high-speed emergency test and sent the image to exposure. In 1964, Ranger 7 provided the sharpest image to help determine the potential landing place. But the picture was enough and needed a controlled landing. This is where the Surveyor program entered. In 1966, Inspector 1 reached a soft landing and confirmed that the surface was stable enough to support the spaceship as an important step toward the next big jump. Everything led to Apollo's mission, which was more than crazy. In 1968, Apollo 8 became the first crew spacecraft, providing astronauts in the front of the Moon with a place in the front row with the Moon's landscape. But the actual change of the game was Apollo 11 in 1969. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin came on the surface of history in history while Michael Collins is waiting for track. This small stage was a huge victory in the United States and proved that they won the race against the Moon. And don't forget that it is a huge game. The world breathed when they left, hoping they would not be trapped. Apollo's program did not stop there. Apollo 12 lands near an old spaceship and has been seen for several years of the fair to pick up the parts. Nevertheless, Apollo 13 exploded an oxygen tank with almost voluntary disasters, forcing the team to fight for survival, and NASA tried to return home. Miracles, they did it. The subsequent mission surveyed several regions, but by 1972 Apollo 17 congratulated people when they lasted the Moon. Since then, the ratio has disappeared and financing has been exhausted. The United States proved its perspective and the space race escaped. Soviet, meanwhile, continued to deploy a robot mission. In 1966, Luna 9 reached the first soft landing and captured the image of the Moon's surface. 4 years later, Luna 16 became the first robot mission to take the lunar sample. In 1971, Luna 17 delivered Lunocode 1, a remote control rover that crossed the lunar area and transmits valuable data. Despite these achievements, a Soviet mission placed people in the Moon to strengthen the United States with dominant power in the Moon's intelligence. For many years, the Moon has accumulated space dust without touching it. But interest in the 1990s. In 1994, the United States fired Clementine, suggesting that frozen water exists in constantly shaded craters. In 1998, the Lunar Information Center confirmed the presence of the Prime Minister with an innovative discovery that allows long-term lunar bases. When the 2000s began, more countries and organizations participated in the race. In space research, the role of private companies is often declared by progress. But what does this really mean? NASA performs important tasks to deal with companies such as Firefly Aerospace, which is consistent with today's corporate agenda. Blue ghosts not only encourage science. This applies to control, influence, and ultimately profit. Fixing support for the Moon is a strategic stage for economic expansion beyond intelligence. And do not lose the fact that a person who dominates lunar resources can form a deep future. Firefly Aerospace is not a missile. They place themselves for long-term dominance and control each step from launch to landing.